Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. We're going to do a gear on the one and only Vault Guard, FOLI. FOLI has been sitting in my vault since I fused him. I mean, maybe it was my first fusion I ever did, like 8 months ago, 9 months ago. He looked like a super cool champion. Probably one of my favourite champions aesthetically. Got these cool daggers, cool appearance. I'm getting my Twitch viewership to help me build him. So we've just been going through a bit of a build for clan boss and dungeons. A couple of guys in the chat already got him built out, so we've just been kind of asking some questions there. Let's get into what he can do first. So why do I think he's kind of coming back into the meta? Actually, he's coming back in for a few reasons. He's got a decreased defense A1, which is okay. There's plenty of people that could do that, but it is a 4-hitter. So if you're using a speed team in clan boss, 4 hits means 4 chances to get Giant Slayer procs, which is actually really good damage. We've also got a 4-hitter on his A2, which means Giant Slayer gets 2 chances to do crazy damage, and it's got a leech. And for those that have been watching my videos recently, you know that I'm a big fan of the way they changed leech. Leech now heals for 18% of the damage you do, so he becomes an option to be your healing source, which means you do not need lifesteal in your team if you're doing enough damage. We've then got an A3, not really suitable for clan boss, but good in other areas, so block revive and some damage here. And then the thing I'm quite interested in about for clan boss is he's got this passive. Every time he takes a stun, he'll gain 50% of his turn meter. So I'm running fast here. I've got a fast clan boss team. I think for a fast team, it could be really useful. Every time the clan boss gives the stun out, it goes on to FOLI. Hopefully, that's where I'm going to try and direct it. And he won't be stunned. Actually, he'll speed up as a result of that slam. This is also a great position now for the arena. We've still got TORMIN heavily in the meta doing freezes. We've got Gurgus coming in trying to freeze a team. He doesn't get frozen. He doesn't get stunned. In fact, it speeds him up. Really cool for the meta. The thing which I've struggled with him is keeping him alive whilst trying to push some damage. So that's the test today. Can we actually get some damage out of this guy whilst keeping him in a pretty steady position? In terms of masteries then, I've gone support tree to land some of his debuffs. I want to land that leech. I want to land that decreased defense. And then we've gone into Giant Slayer, pretty standard dungeon and clan boss build. So that's his masteries. We have gone for a stalwart set to try and compensate for fairly low base defense. Also, my stalwart set's pretty good. So we've pushed him up to 195 speed. Almost 100% crit rate, 264 crit damage, pretty high. 228, it's about right for accuracy for the Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss. Probably about 10 low. I might just glyph up a bit more there, just to give me about another 10. We are low on defense, but he is in stalwart gear. We're going to do it as a test run. If it's not strong enough, then maybe we go defense on the chest instead of HP. But this chest has just got a ton of speed on it, which is nice. We probably could do have a bit more base attack, but for clan boss, I think we're kind of good where we are. So that's his build. Let's just see where he's reviewed at the moment. He's reviewed quite highly across the board. I would say his best positions are Fire Knights because of those multi-hitters. Potentially clan boss we're going to test out. Definitely the arena at the moment is strong. And Ice Golems could be strong if we can get the block revives down on those 2 adds. He's definitely useful in faction wars as well. And then most of the keeps he'll do a reasonable job on. So let's go. I think maybe we'll try just a couple of the dungeons before we get into that clan boss fight. So let's try him with Fire Knights. He should absolutely excel here. Multi-hits. We'll take out her. Yeah. I'll leave my stronger team in, so I'm not going to completely kind of go with a bunch of rares or something for this one. I just want to see how influential he is on this team. So he's a weak affinity here, which doesn't help us. But I think I've got enough damage and kind of craziness going on here that it shouldn't be too bad. He's doing about 30k on a crit. He got a few weak hits there, so it was quite hard to see actually how much damage it was. But I think it was about 30k, which is okay damage. But when you've got decreased defense and weaken on, you probably, with the gear I got him in, he's in pretty good gear. I'd want to be hitting for more than that, really. And that's why he's kind of lived in my vault for a long time, because I felt like he was just a bit weak. 4 hits though, all hitting for 8k each, so 32k on his A1. It's not bad. He's definitely going to have some use in a Fire Knight team. If you've got him, you know, Fire Knight needs multi-hitters. That's definitely going to be helpful. And we're going to get to the boss at a reasonable time, 50 odd seconds. And what he does here is he gets you through that shield super quick. We've got a 4-hitter in a Cold Heart if she doesn't do silly moves, which she normally does. He's done, I think that was his A2, 4-hitter there. I think it was. So we're going to get straight through the shield now, just through this counter-attack. 4-hitter Cold Heart, couple of hits from the Vault, 4 hits from the Foley, straight onto his main abilities. We're getting weak hits from him, so it's a bit of a shame. We get weak hits here. I think anything leading up to 20, it's probably worth a space in your team. On stage 20, with the weak hits, you probably don't really want him in your team. But obviously, you still get 4 hits, so you're still breaking through that shield very easily. And it's just a bit of a rinse and repeat now as to whether you kind of get through the shield again. You absolutely will with this type of lineup with multi-hitters. And then, ideally, you have somebody else in your team. So, probably would have been better running with a Tomb Lord here. Someone else that could bring that, bring down the turn meter. Or maybe a lure in instead of somebody else, I'm not sure. But there definitely should be one more turn meter champion in your lineup than what I've got here. But this is, I guess it's plain sailing. I've got crazy good champions in. He's hitting for what? Pretty medium amounts, really. Pretty low amounts of damage. But is he useful here? Yeah, he is. He's useful here because he's going to help you break that shield very consistently. Let's take him somewhere where he's actually a good affinity. So let's go to Ice Golems. You'd think this should be somewhere where he excels. Let's just check which one I'm taking off. I've taken a bit of gear off of one of these. I don't think it's that one. Yeah, it's him. So we're going to put him in instead of him. Actually, we're going to take both ROTOs out completely. I don't want anyone else that could block revive out there. So maybe we just go with Keimer. So again, we're going with a strong team. So what I want to see here is, can we get that block revive out on the ads? And, you know, does he do enough damage to really make that work? What we're doing there, 40 odd K across the board. Pretty good, actually. 40k on an AoE is not bad at all. That's not bad damage. We've had our reset. Let's see it again. Pretty consistent 40 to 50k. Clear through that waves super fast. Can we get what we need here? Block revives on these ads. It's basically why ROTOs is so good here. It's what we need. So he's not doing it. That's his A1. Yes, his A1. Royal Guard's gone for a sleep. Kind of want it on the rotation. That's his A2. Okay, so we're not going to get it on time. And that's the thing with, I guess, actually we might struggle to do it completely here. That's the thing with a champion like a FOLI. Yeah, we're not going to do it. That would be his block revive. It's the timing of it on auto is pretty difficult to land. Or it's very difficult to land. Because you've just got to time it so that your champion does their move at exactly the right time to do the block revive. And it doesn't happen very often. The reason why it happens pretty often with a ROTOs is because he hits so damn hard. Yeah? He hits so hard that he comes in with like a 200k swing and he's able to just take somebody down. So we're going to lose this anyway. Didn't have a very good team set up for it, but yeah. Could he be useful here? Maybe, but I don't think it's an insane place. Don't think it's an insane place for him. And Dragons is probably going to be pretty similar to that. So he'll get you through the waves quite comfortably, and he's not going to do kind of crazy work for you on the Dragon. So let's get him into the clan boss. This is really where I wanted to test him first. My team is high-end team, yeah? So we've got crazy speed, crazy damage. What I'm going to do is put him in as the lead instead of Ultan, and I need somebody else to do my decrease attack. I think I'm going to go with my Vizier instead of... because I want to keep that leech on that my Foley's going to land. Let's make sure he's built. Yes, he is. So we're going to go for, I think, Vizier here. Yeah. And remember, at the moment, my FOLI is completely unbooked. It's got no books at all. I'm deliberately doing that. I want to test him unbooked and then test him booked. So I'm just going to throw out an auto again. Throw out an auto. So normally what I'm doing with this team is around 50 million damage as it was. And that's with a Lanicus in there. So we're going to have the leech on from our... actually, I've got 2 people that have got leech on. Doesn't really matter who does what. We've got the decreased attack on. So what we've got here, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 debuffs on. I'm actually just going to make sure we get poison on as that last debuff. So we've got 4 hitter there. 20 Ks across the board. Pretty good. Let's just buff these debuffs up. Make sure that we get the full 10 up as we want them. Keep us going quick. Every time he retaliates, he's going to get a 4 hitter, which is always going to be nice. 4 hit A1 means you've got 4 chances of Giant Slayer procs. Didn't get any there, pretty bad luck. But 4 chances is always going to be good. Get that last poison up. He resisted every poison. Is that insane or what? Oh well, let's hit auto. Let's hit auto. But I think we're going to probably be pushing. I think we're going to do similar damage to what we were doing before. That's interesting. The stun's not gone for him. It's gone for Mashald. Wonder why that is. Not entirely sure why that is. Anyway, I'm going to let this run through. We're going to see what sort of damage we're going to do here, and then I think we're going to book him up. Of course, it's weak affinity. We're not on a void boss. Makes sense. So I actually wanted to test this. It'd be better to see this on a void boss where you can actually see the benefit you get from him taking that stun. But not to worry, not to worry. We're going to see what we do here. I'm just going to come back in when we're near the end of the run. Okay, so what we've done, we've come in 27.37 million. I mean, it's an okay amount. It's not the best I've done on a clan boss, and certainly not anywhere near what I usually do. I think for me, so he's done 5 million damage, which is quite high. Compare it to the other ones in here. All of these champions are really well geared. We've got Mashald coming in at 2.4, but he was negative affinity. Valk at 3 million. So FOLI is kind of, batting with the big boys in terms of damage levels. Obviously, Draco's going to be way higher because of the poisons and stuff. So damage levels are fine, but I don't know if he brings enough utility to warrant going into like a proper end game team. If you've got him and you're kind of, maybe he's one of only 3 or 4 legendaries, then I think he's definitely good enough. But I still question if he's strong enough to be a regular clan boss team member. So that's clan boss. What I'm going to do now is just mix his build up. The main thing I wanted to try him in, and the place where I think he's best, is the arena. So we're going to switch his gear up, switch his masteries up into an arena build, and see what we can do there. Alright, so we've done a bit of a rebuild here, guys. We've taken him into an arena build, Savage set with speed. I've moved him into Helm Smasher as my main mastery, so we've kind of gone full damage build into Ambush to get the increased damage first time we hit, and then right down into Helm Smasher to get a decent final hit. I've gone for defensive tree this time. I'm not really fussed about landing Leech or landing decreased defense through FOLI. I'm more worried about keeping him alive and getting this extra turn meter and getting my counter attacks off. So that's how we've done on masteries. The gear set's Savage, speed. We've gone 4.4k attack, nearly 200 speed. Decent crit rate. I would have preferred 100 here, and decent crit damage, but I probably would have preferred another 30-40%. But my Savage gear, this is about as good as I'm going to get for the Savage gear that I've got, like usable, which isn't already on somebody that's in clan boss and stuff. So let's get him into a couple of fights. I am at high end arena, so it's going to be tough. As you can see here, first fight's going to be really hard. I'll leave that one. Leave that one. So I want to fight against a TORMIN. TORMIN is one of the main reasons you'd have him in your team. And I guess he needs to come in. Where does he come into this team? I still want to be fast. I still need to debuff. Maybe I want to just swap this out a bit. And we would have Madame Cerise in to remove their buffs. Or saying that, they don't really put buffs on. So don't really need Madame Cerise here. But she is in immunity gear, so she's not going to get frozen. So maybe we do keep her in. Madame Cerise. FOLI cannot be frozen. I've actually also got a Norog who cannot be frozen as well. I wonder if my Norog... I think my Norog is built. This could be quite interesting. Yeah, here you go. So we've got immune. Oh, where's she gone? We've got immune, can't be frozen against a team that wants to freeze. Let's see how this goes. This could be quite fun. So if I speed up, he cannot be frozen. She cannot be frozen. He's going to try to be frozen, but I might get a 50% boost to my turn meter if he actually lands it. I don't know if I did or not. I didn't see. Maybe there was a turn meter boost there. I didn't see. Decrease their defenses. She's going to do the same to me. So it has landed fear here, which is a bit annoying. It's true fear as well, which means I will lose the ability if I try and do it. So I guess I'm going to go for the A2 and see if I can't just do some damage to this Rotus early on. Oh, that was actually pretty decent damage. Well, I'm saying that it was decent damage, but Rotus starts out pretty weak, I guess, doesn't he? Decent but not insane. So let's go for block revive. Now that he's low like this, this is a good chance to land your A3 and get a block revive on him. What do we do there? 30k across the board. That is good damage. That is good damage. We also got a block revive on the Tormin. Damn, that was nice actually. That was much better than I was expecting there. Much better. Let's get the Norog out for some slams. He's only doing a couple of K. I've obviously not got him in any gear. Look at him. He is a wet noodle right there. I thought I had him geared up. Let's just see what we do here. Hit for 9k, a pop on his A1, so that's 40k full damage if he wasn't hitting through shields. This is pretty good, guys. Pretty good. Imagine if I actually had him in decent, like even better gear. I do have better gear than what he's wearing. A2, let's see what this does. No debuffs on her. 7k a hit, not bad. Not bad. Don't revive everyone. Okay, good. Good. Test 1, pretty useful. Just use A3 at the start is what I'm being told from the chat, so let's try that. Let's try him again. Rotus build. Let's try this. Let's take the Norog out because he's got no damage at all. Maybe just bring in a different... Maybe I'll still bring in my freeze champ. Give myself a better chance. So I do have Helm Smasher on him, yeah. I've got Helm Smasher on his setup. So I'm going to go for the speed. Freeze. I'm going to leave him full health. I want to see if I can one-shot him, actually. So I'm going to go in on the Arbiter. Debuffs. Into nuke. A3 nuke. Does it kill the Rotus outright? Easily. Easily kills him, guys. That is decent, actually. That is decent. We might have just got ourselves a Rotus killer there, which is pretty damn nice. Okay, this is more exciting than what we just did in Clan Boss. This is actually genuinely high-end, high-end arena right now, fighting on the kind of brink of plat, and we are sitting people down. Let's try one last one then. Lots of buffs, massive damage here, freezes. So I want him to be in this team for the freeze. I probably want to have Madame in for removing buffs. And someone that can take... Oh, actually, she does a lot of damage. Maybe my own Warlord to try and withstand some of that damage. You see, he becomes part of a team. He's not your one and only champ. Becomes part of a team. So we didn't get frozen there. Try and remove buffs early and get a nuke down. Will I go for the double hit this time on the Trunder? Oh, sit down, Trunder. Sit down, Trunder. What was that? 70k damage. That was nice. That was nice. Lockout abilities. This is job done. I think we should go 4-hitter here. What are we doing there? Not a lot actually. 3-4Ks. Not a lot. Assuming he's got decreased defense actually. He must be stacked with defense. Get my attack up. So what we do with the A2. Oh, better. 13k. Better from you, FOLI. Okay, nice. I think this guy is definitely viable in endgame arena. In the right team. If anyone's using them already, let me know, guys. What sort of damage are you doing? But that is decent. That is decent. Anyway, that's been my guide on FOLI. For me, I think he is a strong arena player now. Useful in some of the dungeons. Useful in clan boss, but probably not for endgame. But for the arena, I think he's up there as an endgame arena champ. I've been Hell Hades. I'll catch you all soon.